Welcome to the explainer. Our world, it never stops talking, right? So how in the world do you find the quiet you need? Well, today we're diving into a really powerful spiritual idea that's all about helping you tune out that noise and finally hear the one voice that truly matters.
So let me ask you this. Does your mind ever just feel way too cluttered? You know that feeling like you can't even hear yourself think over all the static? It's just overwhelming. And if that sounds familiar, trust me, you are definitely not alone.
It's a feeling I think pretty much all of us know, right? The spiritual practice we're looking at today actually has a name for this. It calls it a constant storm of thoughts. And what's in that storm? Oh yeah, worries, to-do lists, all that conflicting advice coming at you from every angle, and it's all pulling you in a million different directions at once. Okay, so how do we possibly find a clear signal in all of that noise? Well, there's this really fascinating approach that comes from A Course in Miracles, and it offers a super focused idea. It's all about a process of, well, intentional silencing. And really, at the absolute heart of this whole practice is one single powerful intention. Now, don't think of this as just some passive wish. It's much more than that. It's like an active instruction you give to your own mind. It's a mantra designed to quiet down every other voice so that a clearer, more authentic one can finally break through. I love this because it really frames that internal battle we all feel, doesn't it? On one side, you've got what the Course calls ego's noise, all that chaotic chatter, the fear, the distractions. But then, on the other side, you've got divine guidance, that quiet voice of clarity and true direction. The whole point of this practice is to consciously, deliberately shift your attention away from that noise and toward the guidance. So let's get specific. What exactly is this ego's noise? Basically, think of it as, well, anything that pulls you away from your own inner peace. It's that nagging little voice that's always going, but what if? It's the self-doubt, it's your inner critic going on and on. It's all that mental junk that literally drowns out the guidance you're trying to hear. Right about now, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds like a lot of work. Why bother? What's the real point here? And that's a great question. The goal isn't just to get quiet for the sake of being quiet. There's a much deeper purpose. See, this whole practice, it's not just about feeling a little bit calmer for a few minutes. Nope, it's about making a fundamental shift in how you actually navigate your life. It's about consciously moving away from a state of conflict and confusion and into a state that's guided by purpose, by love, and by a really deep, unshakable sense of inner peace. All right, so let's get into the good stuff. The theory is great, right? But how do you actually do this? How do you put it into practice? Well, the lesson doesn't just leave us hanging. It gives us some really practical, actionable tools to start this journey inward. So here are 3 different paths you can try out. First up, meditation. And this is the classic approach. You just focus on your breath and watch your thoughts come and go, without judging them, without grabbing onto them. It's like practice for letting go. Then there's affirmations, repeating positive statements to actively redirect your focus. And the third path is journaling. This one is so powerful. It's about writing down all those worries to get them out of your head, consciously setting them aside, and then asking for guidance. You're literally making space for something new to come in. And here's a fantastic example of an affirmation you could use. Just repeating a phrase like this, especially when you feel confused or you're facing a tough decision, it's like a direct command to your own brain. It just reinforces that choice you're making, the choice to listen to a different, deeper kind of guidance. So at the end of the day, everything we've talked about, this isn't just some intellectual idea to kick around. The whole entire point is for you to turn it into a personal, lived experience. It's a journey you take inside yourself. And that brings us to the end, with the same challenge that the source material leaves us with. It's a question that really turns this whole explainer right back to you, because this isn't about what some book says. It's about your own personal experiment. So, what might it actually feel like to let go of all those other voices? What could change if you intentionally carved out just a few moments of real quiet each day? What voice might you finally begin to hear? That right there is the exploration at the very heart of this lesson.